Hello students, today we will see hydrolysis of salt. Salt we have denoted by AB. Hydrolysis of salt means if this salt we add to water, which actually means H plus and OH minus, and the cation or anion of this salt react with water. So it's very logical that A plus will combine with OH minus, will form AOH, and B minus will go to H plus from water to give you BH. This particular reaction is called hydrolysis of salt. So we can define hydrolysis as a process in which cation or anion or sometimes both the ions of the salt react with ions of water. H plus and OH minus are called ions of water. Now we already know that salt is of four types. So one by one we need to see hydrolysis of salt. When there is hydrolysis of this salt, there will be produced acidity, basicity, or sometimes neutrality depending upon what is the type of the salt. Now, the first type of the salt that we have seen was the salt which is combination of strong acid and strong base. Right. Strong acid, we know the best example is HCl. The best example of strong base is NaOH. And if these two combine, you will get what salt? NaCl. Right. So the example of the salt which is of the first type, strong acid and strong base, is NaCl. Let us do hydrolysis of NaCl, the first type of the salt. If this is dissolved in water, it will dissociate first of all to Na plus cation and Cl minus anion. Salt, whichever type it is always a strong electrolyte, so single arrow. You are getting this cation and this anion. And we know that there is water present, so this equilibrium will always be there. Whenever there is hydrolysis, H plus many a times it is denoted in this form hydronium ion. H plus and H3O plus are one and the same. Now what happens? Na plus will go to OH minus. So what I can say, this Na plus and Cl minus, if they react with ions of water, I will be getting what possible products? It will give you Na plus will go to OH minus, that is NaOH, and H plus will go to Cl minus and you will get HCl. Right. So the possible products are Na plus OH minus H plus Cl minus. Right. And these two will combine to give you NaCl. This have high affinity for H plus, it will combine to form water. The possible products are same as that of the reactants, that is NaCl and H2O. Now why they dissociate? We know this is a strong base, so it will dissociate immediately to give you this. HCl will dissociate immediately to give you H plus and Cl minus, and now this combination take place, you get common salt and H2O again. These are nothing but our reactants that we have started with. You can see this Na plus and Cl minus, this is common salt which is again formed as a product, and H2O means H plus and OH minus, meaning my product and reactants are same. So we can say that there is no hydrolysis. We can say that there is no hydrolysis when a salt like NaCl, which is combination of strong acid with strong base, is dissolved in water, so that the neutrality which is produced by this equality from the equilibrium of water. Equilibrium of water was explained in this way. I told you H plus and this hydronium is same. So these two ions are equal in amount because of the water dissociation, and this equilibrium is not disturbed. Hence this salt, that is common salt, is neutral with pH equals to 7, and hence there will be no action on litmus paper. So that was hydrolysis of the salt of first type. Actually said that there is no hydrolysis of such salt because the both the products were strong electrolytes. Okay, now second type of the salt is the salt which is combination of strong acid with weak base. Strong acid and weak base. Let me take H2SO4. Let me take H2SO4 and combine it with the weak base like CuOH twice. Okay, what you will get, this H2 and this OH will combine and the salt formed will be CuSO4. Copper sulfate is the salt of the second type which consists of strong acid with weak base. As usual, when I dissolve this in water, I will be writing here aqueous and it will dissociate to give you cuprous ion and sulfate ions. Now, if these ions happen to react with water, Cu2 plus should move to OH minus, right, and this sulfate will go to H plus from water, but this is having no tendency to react with water because the possible product will be H2SO4, as H plus is combining with sulfate, opposite ions combine, and this is a strong acid or strong electrolyte. Strong electrolyte formation is not allowed in hydrolysis. So the only reaction that is possible when copper sulfate hydrolysis take place is that your copper ion will react with water molecule and will give you CuOH twice. This product is possible because it is a weak base, so a weak electrolyte. Now this copper ion have actually combined with OH minus from this. So what is left here is H plus, many a times written as H3O plus also. How I will balance this reaction? If I see oxygen, I am having 3 oxygen on right hand side, but I am not writing here 3 because then hydrogen won't be balanced. So we write the next number 4. Now my hydrogen is becoming 8. So how I make here 8? By simply writing here 2, because 2 3s are 6 and 2 hydrogens here. Your oxygen is 4, here also it is 4, 2 oxygen here and 2 oxygen here. In this way you can see that hydronium ions are produced. Now this hydronium ion was also produced because of the water equilibrium which have given you these products, right? Oxygen 2, so I will writing here 2, hydrogen is 2 2s are 4. So this equilibrium is present in hydrolysis of any salt always. Now in this particular salt I am having hydronium ion in excess, so the solution will be acidic in nature. Actually it is very logical that this copper sulfate solution in water will be acidic because it is made up of strong acid and weak base, and whoever is strong will dominate and that will be the nature of the solution. But this is with the help of equilibrium reaction how we prove that copper sulfate solution in water is acidic, and hence pH will be less than 7. It is going to be less than 7, and we know what will be the action on the litmus paper. Your blue litmus will change to red. Okay, now this particular solution of copper sulfate when dissolved in water gives you copper hydroxide, and the solution is going to become turbid. Turbid means not transparent, dhundla, right? Now how I remove this turbidity? The turbidity is because of copper hydroxide. So if I can decrease the amount of copper hydroxide, the turbidity will disappear and the solution will become clear. For that you just need to add more sulfuric acid. That means you will increase the amount of hydronium ion and this equilibrium will shift to left side, so that copper hydroxide amount gets reacted and it is less in the reaction and your solution will become clear. So what we have to note that if we want to make the solution clear, we need to add sulfuric acid to get clear copper sulfate. Okay, see you in the next class with the third type of the salt.